Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I've noticed something lately, a food that's been making a huge comeback, popping up all over our social media feeds in everything from ice cream to pasta sauce. It's cottage cheese. I remember it from my childhood, sitting in a little bowl next to some canned peaches. But is this nostalgic food really the health hero it's being made out to be? Today, we're diving deep into the world of cottage cheese to find out if it's truly a muscle-building powerhouse or a hidden source of a major dietary concern, sodium. Let's get into it. So, why is everyone suddenly obsessed with cottage cheese again? The big answer is protein. This stuff is packed with it. A single cup of low-fat cottage cheese can give you a massive 28 grams of protein. That's more than you'd get from 4 large eggs. This is a big deal because, as we know, protein is the building block for our bodies. It's essential for repairing tissues, supporting our immune system, and, of course, building and maintaining lean muscle mass. For anyone who's active, trying to build strength or just looking to stay toned, getting enough protein is crucial. When you exercise, you create tiny micro-tears in your muscle fibers. Protein provides the amino acids needed to repair these tears, which is how your muscles grow bigger and stronger. Cottage cheese is particularly rich in a type of protein called casein. Casein is a slow-digesting protein, which means it releases amino acids into your bloodstream gradually over several hours. This makes it a fantastic snack, especially before bed, because it can help prevent muscle breakdown and promote recovery while you sleep. A 2018 study published in the British Journal of Nutrition found that consuming casein protein before sleep can effectively stimulate overnight muscle protein synthesis. So from a muscle-building perspective, cottage cheese definitely lives up to the hype. It's a convenient, affordable, and effective way to boost your protein intake. But here's where we need to look at the other side of the label. Have you ever noticed that cottage cheese has a distinctly salty taste? That's because to make it, salt is added not just for flavor, but also to help with texture and act as a preservative. And this is where the concern about sodium comes in. That same 1 cup serving that gives you 28 grams of protein can also contain anywhere from 700 to over 900 milligrams of sodium. Now, why is that a problem? The American Heart Association recommends that adults consume no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day, but they say an ideal limit for most adults is actually closer to 1,500 milligrams. This is especially important for people with high blood pressure or a family history of heart disease. So with just 1 cup of some brands of cottage cheese, you could be eating more than half of your ideal daily sodium limit in a single snack. According to the CDC, about 90% of Americans consume too much sodium. A diet high in sodium can lead to a host of health issues. It makes your body hold on to extra water, which puts an extra burden on your heart and blood vessels. Over time, this can lead to high blood pressure, which is a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke, 2 of the leading causes of death in the United States. Dr. Stephen Jurashek, an assistant professor at Harvard Medical School, has extensively researched the link between diet and blood pressure. His work confirms that reducing sodium intake is one of the most effective dietary changes you can make to lower your blood pressure and reduce your cardiovascular risk. So while you're feeding your muscles with protein, you could unintentionally be putting your heart health at risk. So what's the verdict? Is cottage cheese good or bad? The truth, as it so often is, lies somewhere in the middle. Cottage cheese is an excellent source of protein, but its high sodium content is a legitimate concern that we can't ignore. But don't worry, you don't have to banish it from your kitchen. The key is to be a smart and informed consumer. Here is my advice on how to enjoy the benefits of cottage cheese without the major sodium drawback. First, and most importantly, become a label reader. When you're at the grocery store, don't just grab the first container you see. Take a moment to compare the nutrition facts on different brands. You will be shocked at the variation. Look for options labeled low sodium or no salt added. These versions can have as little as 30 to 60 milligrams of sodium per serving, which is a massive difference. You get all that muscle-building protein without the blood pressure spike. If you can't find a low-sodium version, or you find the taste a bit bland, you have other options. One trick I love is to rinse your regular cottage cheese. Just put your serving in a fine mesh sieve and run some cool water over it for about 30 seconds, gently moving it around. A study from the Journal of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics showed that rinsing can wash away a significant portion of the surface sodium, reducing the total amount by over 60%. Yes, you might lose a little bit of the creaminess, but it's a simple, effective hack. Another great strategy is to control your portion sizes. You don't need to eat a huge bowl to get the benefits. A half-cup serving still provides a solid 14 grams of protein, but it cuts the sodium in half. Pair it with fresh fruits like berries or melon, or add it to a smoothie. The natural sweetness from the fruit will balance the flavor, and you won't even miss the extra salt. You can also mix it with unsalted nuts and seeds for some healthy fats and crunch. And finally, think about your diet as a whole. If you know you're having cottage cheese, be mindful of the sodium in your other meals that day. Avoid processed foods, canned soups, and salty restaurant meals. By balancing your intake throughout the day, you can make room for a sensible portion of regular cottage cheese without going over your daily limit. Ultimately, cottage cheese can be a fantastic part of a healthy, balanced diet. It's a protein powerhouse that can support your fitness goals. The key is to be aware of the sodium and make conscious choices. Read the labels, choose low-sodium options when you can, give it a rinse if you need to, and watch your portion sizes. By following these simple steps, you can enjoy all the muscle-building benefits without compromising your heart health. What are your favorite ways to eat cottage cheese? Let me know in the comments below. I'm always looking for new ideas. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope this cleared up some of the confusion around cottage cheese. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more deep dives into the foods we eat every day. Your support means the world to me. Stay healthy, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.